Okay, we are live, which I have not been live in a while because I'm always in the woods. Which I got some people in here. Do. All right, well, hello. Until we get people in here, I'm Josh. This is Squatch Topic PA. Bigfoot field researcher, and also I study cynocephala as well. Kind of just stumbled into that. Cynocephala is what you call dogmen. But, well, there's nobody in yet. I should have announced I was going to go live. It was like a spur of the moment. I'll give it a minute. I've been live for 1 minute now, so I'll give it a couple minutes. See what's going on. I think I just heard my wife's notification go off. Don't mind me. I vape my nicotine. I had 3 teeth extracted. I don't want dry slurry, so I gotta vape through my nostrils, so don't laugh at me. I don't want to dry out my sockets, but yeah, we got a bunch of new subscribers lately, so they don't know much about Squatch Topic PA. You know, they haven't seen me live or nothing, so I think I wanted to come live today and let everybody know I'm going to be going out on Wednesday. I'm going to be going out. It'll be 22nd until the 26th. I'll go back up to the house to eat some turkey with the family and everything. But other than that, I'll be down in the woods filling out my SD cards. I had dental work done. I had to get teeth ripped out. My last expedition I went on, I took my friend Tim out with me. Friday night was cool. You know, we went out there. I didn't record nothing because I wanted him to get comfortable down there. Hey, DM Diablo, what's up, buddy? But I didn't record that Friday because I wanted to help my buddy Tim get comfortable down there, get to know his surroundings a little, taste, and who knows what's going on down there, you know what I mean? And then I was going to record the next day. Well, the next day, my infection settled in. I had abscess from my teeth, and it was getting into my bloodstream. I got real sick. I ended up having to go to ER, and they treated me for Lyme disease because they thought I had Lyme disease. I'm like, wow. So I got a second opinion and find out that I had abscess in my jaw from my teeth. So I had to get 3 teeth yanked. They had me on penicillin. So I'm good for this expedition coming up next week, the 22nd through 26th. And my friend Tim that came out with me that time, he's going to be with me again. You know, he wants to, he's interested in coming out. He likes it out here, and I'm going to give him that chance. You know, he showed respect when he was there. They didn't pick on him, really. He seen Big Black. He said Big Benjamin, Big Black, whatever you want to call him. But that was pretty cool. He didn't freak out. You know, most people go down there, they see them, and they start freaking out. He didn't freak. Hey, Val SWPA, I just saw you in my buddy's live the other day in Susanna's. That's what's up. Hello. Hello. Yeah, you guys get to watching me. You're going to see I'm a goofball. You know, I go out in the field, and I like to have fun. You know, I'm like a Toys R Us kid, except these are my kind of toys. All right. Thank goodness for penicillin. Oh, ain't that the truth, man? The doctor at the ER gave me doxycycline. If I would have kept to that doctor's word, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be dead by now from infection. I'd be dead. That second opinion got me penicillin and saved my life. Now I got these 3 teeth missing here, and I got a partial. Oh, I hate it. And then they say to you, you're not allowed to smoke for almost a week. I mean, I don't use cigarettes, but I vape. I need my nicotine. I mean, you even hear me when I'm recording in the woods. You hear that vape going, you know. But now they said if I smoke, I'll get dry socket, and what happens is the suction that you would produce will suck your coagulation, your blood clots that you created, and that would suck it out, and it would expose the nerve and dry it out. I had dry socket once, and I had it for almost 4 months, and that was hell. So here's how I have to vape. It burns, but I get my nicotine. And then my wife sits there and laughs at me. But yeah, taking my buddy Tim out there that next week. He's gonna spend Thanksgiving with us and everything. That's gonna be cool. But I got so many subs coming in left and right, guys. I mean, yeah, that dry socket is painful. Val SWPA. Hey, Jess, that Val SWPA actually lives in Washington. But I want to thank everybody. If it wasn't for you guys tuning in and checking out what I put on there, I wouldn't have the sub ratings as I do. I've been having a lot of views, and I've been going through my mind, honestly, like, I've been interacting with this species for almost 17 years. And it was, what was it, the spring of 2007, Jess? Whenever I've had my first experience with them, was it spring of 2007? Because she told me about them. And she says to me, there's these really tall, naked, hairy people that live in the woods out there. And they take your animals if you leave them out too long, and they kill your livestock, and they'll take whole cows. I started laughing. I was like, man, what are you smoking? I don't mess with druggies. I'm laughing at her, man. She never opened her mouth again. So we're going out there. I'm a woodsman, There are a lot of woods out there. There's more cows than people, and there's all pastures and woods out where we do this. And I'm out there, and I'm walking the quad trails and everything, learning the navigation of the woods, and people looking around the trees at me like here's the tree, you'd see, and he'd look and he'd see their head go back real quick. Turn around, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, hey, how's it going? Howdy doody. And I'd wave at them, and then they'd look around the tree again, and then I'd wave again, and I look at them like, hey, you okay? Something wrong with you? And then they run down in a ravine. I'm like, wow. So I go back up to the house and I tell my wife, yeah, tree pickers. I go down to the house and I tell my wife, you got inbreds living in the woods. Straight up, you got inbreds living in the woods. This is what I told her. I didn't know what a Bigfoot was. You mentioned Bigfoot to me, I thought of Harry and the Hendersons. And before this live's over, I'm going to show you guys what our legitimate Bigfoot looks like. I have actual pictures, and I'm talking pictures that are maybe 15 feet away. Okay, for me panning my spotlight when I was doing my video, and that's why I quit doing lives in the woods. Reason being is it's so pixelated when my camera moves, and not only that, I have very poor signal in the woods, and it pixelates everything, and you don't see nothing. It sucks. Then I bring out my full spectrum cams, and you got a clear crystal view of everything. I like that better. I don't want to release something where you're watching like 2 minutes into it and you're like, this is a load of crap. I can't see nothing of nothing. It's not worth watching. And then I look at it and I'm ashamed of myself for even putting it out. That's how I feel. It bothers me. So those satellites are only saying that's true. That is true. Very true. Especially when you go down in that ravine. You go down that ravine, that's it. Your live stream's done. You get that little swirly going, and I'm off the screen until I come back up that cliff. And that's a hell of a climb. Hell of a climb. I mean, you ask Biggie, Jack Riggs, Mike Tornicasa, they've all been to my spot. They know. Hell, they've been yelled at by the Sasquatches down there. Biggie's interacted with them down there at my spot. He actually, when he's down there the first time, he was getting comfortable and everything, and my vape froze. and I had a spare vape up at the house. And I'm like, yo, Big, will you be all right down here if I run up to the house to get my second vape? Because my vape is frozen and I want some nicotine. He's like, yeah, man, go on up. Yeah, and if you don't believe me, you could go on his channel. It's documented. He'll even tell you. When I walked up, and there was 8 of them. Literally, there's like 19 Sasquatches in this clan that lives in this area that where I do what I do in. And there was about 8 of them, and they were in a circle around us. They opened up the passage for me to go up that trail, up towards the house. And then when I walked up, I passed them. I turned back around and I said, Biggie, are you sure, buddy? Are you okay down here? Oh, no, man, go ahead. They all in uniform in military fashion took one step forward and enclosed this circle around him. Like literally, they're around, they took one step forward. He looked up at me and he said, Josh, I changed my mind, buddy. I feel like I'm in a lion's den now. So I stayed down there. And then a few hours go by, I felt bad because he started giving me cigarettes. And I'm like, man, I don't want to take your cigarettes. So a little while goes by, and then I'm like, all right, man, they're moving on to go hunt, I guess. We're here to moving off. I'm going to go up now and get my other vape. Then you hear all the coyotes and stuff start howling, and I'm like, oh, no, I got to stay. But hey, do you guys want to see some pictures or something? Like, for real, for real? Like, honestly, do you guys want to see some pictures? Like, I got some stuff, like, to show you, for real. And also, by the way, and thank you, everybody who subscribed, by the way. I'm in the process of being monetized right now, thanks to all of you. Literally. We hit the 500 sub mark. YouTube changed it up from 1,000 and now it's 500. So I'm monetizing now. They're at step 3 of monetization and they're reviewing my channel now. They said that could take up to a month. But yeah, I appreciate that, guys. Like when I started this, I've only been doing this YouTubing for a year. Hey, what's up, Bigfoot Mama? I truthfully had zero interest in sharing anything I do. I honestly had the fear of like the black coats come in, helicopters and all that crap. You know, when you hear about people coming in for like, you know, you have Sasquatches out here and you're pulling casts that have 6 toes in them, you know, that strikes interest. That's why I don't give the exact location. Amwell's a very big area. Where I'm at is a tiny part of it. But I'm going to turn this camera around. I want to show you guys some stuff. Okay. Here you go. This is my computer. These are from my. Oh, I got a pop up. There. That's a bear coming up here on trail cam. That's why I went down on the ravine. I didn't release the video yet. So what I did, I took my all 3 trail cams down in this ravine and I set them all up. Not for these pics, but it'll be for the next time I pick the cameras up. But I videoed what I was doing. I just didn't release it yet. I'll probably release that later today or tomorrow. I put trail cams all through this ravine and I'd hang slabs of liver like up in a tree, like 15, 20, 25 feet away from the trail camera. And then I'd take another hunk of liver and set it on top of the trail camera. My reason of doing this is, you see, I got a bear. I got a black bear down here, and there's a very fine rule when it comes to black bears. If they're black or white, you have no choice but to fight back. If they're brown, you just lay down. So I need to know if this bear has cubs. That's why I'm baiting these traps up, because I need to assess the danger rating of where I am at. All right, now we're scrolling up. This is night vision picture. That's my camp, the rear side of it. I do not use tents. I am afraid of tents in my spot. I am afraid to sleep at night in my spot. All right. This mound here. Let me see here. It's hard to tell the definition of the beveling of it. This is a mound. Hey, Tarla Bear, what's happening, girl? This bone. How long do bones last in the woods, guys? This bone has been on this mound since January. Nothing's touching it. And there's this little mound right here. This mound's probably about 3 or 4 foot long. I don't know. There's not a fallen tree right there to have roots pushed up for it. It could be a grave. I'm not sure. But then over here, if you look at the shape of this coming in here, this is the dark ones moving in. These are like teenager ones. You have a little baby one in here. I got clearer pictures though. This is just walking in the wood. These are rear view of them following me through the woods. This here, when I was in the ravine, I found, see, there's that bone on the mound. You can actually tell it's a mound right there now. You live. All right. There was evidence of fire right here, but this is down in the middle of a big ravine in the middle of nowhere. And here's the scene of the fire. You see how tiny this area is? And this bubbled up here, that's burnt sap of some sort that did not come from this. This strikes my interest as far as goes with intelligence and the capabilities of them made pause if it's them. But it strikes interest to me because look at this. You see how right here, how it bubbled as a bubble like that? It's like they were cooking a sap. It's like a sap was being cooked down into a tincture, almost type of medicine or something. It's what I gather from that. It's a hypothesis. I'm not saying that is what is. I am not saying that by no means at all. So do not quote it that way. It's what I think. Just because I think that does not mean I am right. I will be the first to admit that. Just like when I'm in the woods, just like when I'm in the woods, if I see something, come on, X, darn it. I'll just go through them this way. If I see something in the woods that someone would mistaken it for eye shine, some channels would go along with it and be like, oh yeah, look at it is over there. I don't do that crap. I'll tell you, that's a light. That's a neighboring adjacent property or something. I'm not going to BS you guys. I'm not, look at this. I'm walking through the woods. These are my rear views. When I go out there, Allegheny County, I live in Monroeville. But if you, I had this mounted on the back of my head. This is a full spectrum camera. They're following me through the woods. There they are again, see? Those are not trees. Here's them coming out from behind the trees, going tree to tree, following me. All right. CP's got good eyes. She finds all this. This is out by camp. See that arch right there? That's all I know. That's right by camp. All right. I remember when that arch was made. That was around the time I met Chaka. Let me go through these. All right. This pic. Oh, I'm glaring. Just look at this. See how dark this is, but look at this. This is the third frame of these picture settings here. Look. You have the cheek, face, tapering down into the, and here you got your fingers, arms pressed up against the tree. I'm about to get up and turn off all these. Baby, can you do Joshy a favor? Can you make it dark in here? Dark? Yes, ma'am. Muchas gracias, me love you. That is my wife. I'm trying to get this glare off the screen. Okay. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. All right, that actually helps. There you go. Look at that without the glare. You can see the cheeks going into the mouth. And this friend, that was a smile. This was about 15 feet away from me. Literally. All right. Here's it cropped down the face, and you could see the dimple. You can see his dimple from that smile. I was calling him in. CP, you are the one that's seen that. This was 22 seconds into what video was it? I don't know. I was calling them. I laid their food out. I smacked the tree twice, and I said, "Hey, come on and get it." Oh, this was a sample. I have a super evidence package I'm going to be mailing out very soon, and this is part of that evidence package. See, pick of the devil. How are you there, buddy? Yeah, this is going to be in that box. This one here, I didn't even know that was there. I was building the fire. Oh, thank you. I was building the fire, and my spotlight by itself started strobing. This is all recorded. Literally, this is not. If you go back on my channel, I don't even know the name of this film. But I got so many frames of it. Like, check this out. Boom. My strobe was going, and you can see it. But that looks like an alien to me. So many frames of it. Like, I was screenshotting off my video. I'd push play, I'd pause, screenshot. That's how I get these pictures. And they even got my timestamps on it from my camera. See, what I do, guys, if you're new here, so you know, you're not going to see Bigfoot in everything I do. You know, I place trail cameras. I run night vision surveillance. I do what you guys call hunts, but I do not like the word hunt. To me, it is demeaning. To me, when you say you're going out to hunt, that means you're going to go kill something. I'm good on that. No, I call it an expedition out of respect to the species. You know, I'm not going to degrade them and say I'm hunting them because that's just low. What's this? Can I blow you up? Oh, how do I blow these up? I don't know how to work a computer. I suck at it. Here, let me just put the phone closer. There it is. That's that close up again. A little brighter. His name's Gizmo. Well, Wyatt, but I call him Gizmo. You already seen this one. All right, here's another frame with the lighting changed up. This is same picture. Same exact pictures, just the contrast is opened up a little more and the brightness is adjusted. Now it is like this. Look right, where's my pointy? There it is. As you see right here, here's his fingers right in here. He's got his arms pressed up against the tree. Here's his fingers. Here's his chin. Nasal cavities. They have gorilla noses, not human noses. Here's your lip going into the taper of a smile with a dimple. You have your darkened eye sockets. And you have your high cheek brow. And also your cheekbone. I said cheek brow. All right, next picture. This is the second. I'm going backwards, so you know. This would be the second frame zoomed in of his face. I want you to see the difference in the facial expressions. Because these three pictures were taken within a second and a half of each other. Even if you can look at the timestamps. What I showed you was the third frame. This is the second frame. And you see his facial expression is different. His head is slightly turned in this frame. I was panning my light. Okay. Now, here's the full pic. There's a timestamp on it. 303.04. He didn't put his hand on the tree yet. He has a little bit of a cross face there, as you see. There's his deep cavity nostril pits. High cheekbones. Brow ridge. Distorted lip right there. There's taper of his neck. Here's the frame before that. I don't understand like this little stick looking thing right here, but this picture didn't come out good because my camera was moving. I was panning. When my spotlight's mounted, my camera was mounted to my spotlight at this time. This is before I got my body harnesses. But yeah, that's the first frame when my spotlight hit him. He looked grumpy. Look, he's frowning. Look at that little frowny face. Boo-hoo, he didn't give me ice cream. But then by the third frame, he's got a big smile on his face because he sees those bag of apples I give him. All All right. That's a crappy picture. This is tracks. Trackways going down. All right, this is where I know where it is. This is going down by the X. We had an X structure down there. This is my what I use to test different types of radiation levels, electromagnetic radiation. And I actually have had that thing go off on me when I'm walking down there in the woods. It's weird. Expedition dates. That's a cast I did. The toes came out like poop. I don't like it. Say, poop poo. Not all your casts come out nice, and then you get bummed out about it, and you're like, say, you can tell there was a foot there. I just don't like the definition of that cast. That one sucks. You can see the mid-tarsal break in this one very well. That's a mid-tarsal break. Here's your heel impression, your tarsal break, and then it goes into the toes right here. But the way the foot landed on this one, he caught the meat of the pad there, and he stepped on that root right there, and his toes did not come out right, and it made me mad. Looks like Skeletor. I'll get you, man. See what I mean? Here's that root that was sticking out. There's that look how deep that mid-tarsal break is right here. Right there, that's a mid-tarsal break. And the toes did not come out. I was so upset. You see that? Nah. Boo. Booty toes. But that's a good mid-tarsal. I can't do nothing with this cast. It's honestly, it's laying around the bushes as a bush decoration. This here's an interesting cast. You guys might like this. This is a pineapple. I left him a pineapple. And what's interesting about this is I want to point something out to you guys straight up. Don't let none of these Bigfoot channels BS you on stuff, okay? Same with National Geographic. I was watching this National Geographic thing. They're talking about giant skeletons. They showed the hand of the skeleton, okay? Why did you have an extra metacarsa on there and a knuckle to support another finger, but there was not a sixth finger there for that knuckle? They're doing a big cover up on the 6-digit deal. I don't know why. And I want you guys to pay attention to something too. When you look at Bigfoot cast of the feet, you'll notice whenever the cast, I'll show you when I show you the cast I gave Big. Matter of fact, I will do that now. Oops. I'll just exit it out. Hold on. Let me get this back. Come back. I miss you already. My Google photo come to me. Sorry, guys. I apologize. Why are you doing that? Here, I'll put the camera back around. Oh, DM, don't get me started on that, buddy. Don't get me started on that. Well, my daughter's home. Listen, you guys might not everybody's going to agree with me on things, and I don't care. I do not care. I don't power butt nothing. And do not quote me when I say this, because reason is I can't prove it. I cannot prove what I'm about to say, so you cannot quote me, please. Thank you. Oh, okay. No problem. Enjoy. Yum, yum. Take care, CP. I'll hit you up later. Now, when you see the accounts in the Bible, what do they always say when the angel presents himself to man? Do not fear me. Do not be afraid. Now, why would he have to say that to you? Why would he have to be like, man, don't be afraid of me? Because they look different. You're not used to what you're seeing. It's frightening. The Egyptians, look at what they show you. You know what I mean? Here's another picture. Here's Chaka. Oop, she stole my trail camera. And I got it. Let me flip this around. Look at that. There's one picture. Look how long that's a finger. Anyway, I don't know. I think it was raining, I think. And I think this is a prism from the reflection of the IR flash. Okay. Here's the palm of her hand when she was taking my trail camera. Look how long that thumb is. And then you have another finger here. You see the spread dough and the way the meat comes down right here and then connects. And then look at the shape of this pad right here coming in. There's plenty of room for that 6 finger in there. Now you want to get on the biblical stuff. Ooh, we could hit that if you want. People might not like me after it, but look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you would have the thumb coming back up on the other side. There's 6 fingers there. I can't prove. Here we go. I don't know what this is. I think it's a turkey. Biggie thinks it's a Bigfoot or a dog man, but I think it's a turkey. You believe in portals? I do. X structure. Did the marvelous thing. I got it on trail camera. I did this for an hour and 5 minutes. It was fluttering. And there was invisible entities cloaked going in and coming out of here. Swear to God, I got photos. I can prove it. Just like Bigfoot. Look at it. You see that blue orb? Look what came out of the orb. An invisible Bigfoot come running out this orb up that hill. Come on now. They have the angelic gene. Why do you think the scientists can't track down the nucleus? You run DNA. That's why I ain't worried about getting DNA on them. It's pointless. The mitochondrial side always comes up human. And then whenever they run the male side, which would be the nucleus, it always comes up unknown. And just to entice people, they'll throw unknown primate. They have an angelic gene. How the hell are you going to run around in a ball of light, pop out of that thing invisible, and animate out of thin air running up the hill? These things go in my father-in-law's house and look like this in that mode. No lie. I swear to God, you could ask him. He calls them his unicorns. There's the original X before the big X was built. They took this one down when they built the real big one. Here's my original camp. This is how I do it. I'm scared of tents. They can just like roll you up and boop, you don't know where you're going. As I used to take little things like that with me. We'd set up apples around camp. Then I graduated from apples to hanging liver around camp, and then the dogmen started coming in. We got a bunch of tracks out the wazoo. These are all footprints. Some are dogmen, some are squatchy. Here's some offerings I've given. This rock was given to me. Left it there, and they gave me some feathers, but this rock literally had a perfect hole in it. I don't know where they got it at. That was a gift. That was an interesting night. That ain't a Bigfoot. Hell no, that ain't no big. That's a cynocephali. For those who do not know what cynocephali are, we'll get there. We do have dogman glow. That's what a cynocephali is. As a matter of fact, you're in Washington County. They have a sighting in Fayetteville. Here's bones that we found in the woods. Here's an interesting thing about these bones. My wife has 5 different veterinary medicine degrees. All right, these are not deer. The way these joints are set up is for bipedalism. But the problem with these bones is, she said that the I forgot what she called it, the socket, the way it's shaped. She said the only way something would be shaped the way that would be is if they were to go onto 2 legs and walk. But these are not human, because humans, you see this little extra bone? Deer get this extra bone. Deer do. But this ain't a deer. But it has an extra plate here that protects the humor, or the funny bone area of the kneecap region. That's it, the femoral head. It's the shape of the femoral head. Also, guys, I do mining schematics. This is my camp. Would be right in here. Here's a ravine that I set up in. These mine tunnels, main tunnels. Eventually, I'm going to be taking my night vision into when I find a way to get into the mine shafts, I want to go do an underground thing. Do an underground recording for you guys. This deer got the crap beat out of it. This was about 20, 30 feet away from my gift spot. His tracks went up to the gift. His tracks tore ass away from that gift. Tufts of his hair were probably about 6, 7 foot high in the tree. He had 2 compound fractures, both front legs. I was pointing at my phone, I'm sorry. Both legs are compound fractures and radial fractures. The head is gone. You know why? It's up here. He put its head on top of here and stomped on it. That's all what's left of its head. He crushed its head. And whenever it killed it, some of its organs is missing through here. Swear to God. They beat the crap out of that deer for taking its gift. This is my original gear setup. My daughter used to make me take her little teddy bear in the woods with me for protection. Now I got my medicine bag from Mama Bear Club for protection. More pictures that we looked at already with Chaka. The one time I took him a He-Man toy and a G.I. Joe, and I put him up there like, hey, what's up? Let's be friends, shake hands and crap, you know, give some apples and stuff. And they played with this toy. I would find these 2 toys together over the next 3 months, all over the woods. I'd just be in random different areas of the woods, and I would always find these 2 toys together. It's funny until they broke it. I'll show you when it gets to that. Here's one of my old outposts that I made. I used to do the ghillie suit. I don't have to no more. I don't need a ghillie suit down there no more. They like me. Been feeding them bi-weekly for 14 years and interacting with them for almost 17 years now. But you see, there's my night vision right there popping out of there. This is how I used to do it. And then they came down and they took this from me. Every single day. Like I could stand up in here. They took every stick. And not only from here. They took every stick on the ground and dragged them all down the hill and threw them down in the ravine. So I could not rebuild this up there without going the whole way down the hill. That was messed up. That's Camp Carnival. Me and my dog. That's Blue. And there's Chaka removing my trail camera from the tree. The video from it. It took me 3 months to find that camera. It was face down and buried in leaves. Caramel. That was my first footage right there. It was watching me. Here, let me stay still so I can. You can see it blank. Oh, that's the 13-second short version. Nah, you ain't gonna see crap on that one. This picture makes me mad. This raccoon stole an apple. And look what happened to him. He got squished. That's literally a footprint. I could have casted this coon and got a big foot casted out of this coon. As messed up as that sounds. You little frog. Alright, this is the way I get into the woods. I didn't do this. I used to go in over this way. It grew in, and then they started going in there. There's a little tree arch. Prints. Here's that toys I told you about. This is how I found them. I came back to one day, and they are both laying on my gifting rock, and this is exactly how they were laid out. They broke them, and They gave them back. I guess they felt bad. And then I guess they tried to see what was on the inside. Maybe they were going to eat it or something. I don't know. But literally, they played with them for 3 months until they broke it. And then they gave it back and laid them on the rock just like this. I find that interesting. In the areas that I do, down in the woods, I've tracked their water. Say you're at my camp, I've tracked their routes to where the closest waterways that would be surrounded by trees. You got other water sources, yeah, but you got houses there and you got all this open area that'll be seen. You don't want that. So we got this water region here, and then you got another pond here. Yeah, you got this bigger pond here, but you got a house sitting back there, and you got a boat dock. I ain't gonna mess with this pond. There's too much open. We're gonna hit this one here surrounded by trees. Right here, this is old. This is the hunting place. These are this. I'm sorry. I just had 3 teeth removed. My mouth's acting up. These yellow line circle area. This is the area where they hunt. That I know for a fact is where they're hunting and killing deer at. Again, these little water lines. These green dots are 100% official sightings where I have physically seen you. It's like, boom, I can reach out and touch you. Whoop, there. I don't want to copyright it. Never mind. But you get it. That's old, though. That's old. Let me roll down a little more. It's just the area. Like I said, the water areas, you see this was more open here. This one's surrounded by trees. And you got this surrounded by trees. See, here's that one waterhole Samuel. There was 2 together. You got that little side road and a house there. You come over here. This one's completely surrounded in trees. They're going to this one, not this one. Okay. I do have microphone equipment that I use, condenser microphones, stuff like that to gather audio. I have a problem with releasing audio because I don't want copyright hits. The issue I have is when I'm down there and the cameras aren't rolling, I'll play guitar for them. I sing for them. All kinds of stuff. They call me Humama Alma. I guess Humama is their way of saying human. And Alma, I thought was apple dude, because I always give them apples until I actually looked it up. And it turns out that word is equal across every language but English. It is a good spiritual person who brings nutrition and wellness. But yeah, there I am. There's a tree arch. That's a handprint. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Casted it. It came out like poo-poo. That was my first cast ever. It looks like doo-doo. All right. This is the one I call Big Black. This is his footprint. Biggie actually has a cast of his that he took home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toes. There's my stand next to his foot. Here's a tape measure next to that foot. And there's the measurement in the crevice of the heel. That's a 21-inch footprint from toe to heel. Big Black. And Biggie got his cast. That's Chock-a-Doodle, my kid's toy. I was on the phone with Biggie the one time. The guy that was out there with me was passed out in his hammock. It was pouring down rain. And we had tarps up and stuff. And that's why you see this little square up here is because I was on the phone with Biggie. Look at this. Double eye shine. Double eye shine. Double eye shine. These were screenshots Biggie was taking and sending to my phone. Single eye shine. Wait, you can barely see it there. Single eye shine. Single eye shine. Single eye shine. Single eye shine. What happened was, this is the portion of the tree that my head of my hammock was tied off on. So as Biggie's looking up the light from my phone is illuminating behind me. And here, this was Chaka, the one that stole my camera before, and also peed in one of my gear bags. But here, to break it down, that's the edge of my hammock. There's the eye shine right behind the tree that I'm tied off on. She was peeking around the tree at me, and she stayed there for, I don't know, hours. My kid drew that for me, little girl. You get weird pictures when you're out there. This was something I got. I don't know what the heck this is. I don't know. That was on my night vision. This was a night vision video here. Let me see. Is this a video or a screenshot? That's an eye. It looks orb, but that's an eye. If you watch the actual video, it blinks and everything, and you see the body swaying side to side. It didn't know what to do when it realized that I caught it on camera and then I moved. It's got a cloaked arm coming out down the tree. See that? This is the kind of stuff that I be seeing in the woods. I see some weird stuff out there. There it is blinking right there. Remember I told you? See? Look. He blinked. This is all from the same thing. I don't know what this is. That's weird. And then there's this weird thing too. I got on night vision. I don't know what that little thing is. This is the night vision I use down there, ESS LNB, long range night vision binoculars. This is my short range night vision surveillance that I use. This one actually sucks, even though it's got audio, but the audio sucks. Those are probably copyright, and I don't want to show those because they do not belong to me. Here's camp. That's how you do it. Screw a tent. Tents aren't safe. It's a false sense of security. You need to see what's going on around you. That's how the X originally looked. They broke this off. Right here, they broke this halfway off and threw it over the hill. I don't know why, but it was after I got that on trail cam with that weird portal thing going on. And then they broke the portion of this X off. This is interesting. But this is an aerial shot of the area that I do. You know, cows outnumber people out here. I have all the property lines. That way I know who lives where, and I have permission from these people to be on their properties. These are mining schematic maps once again. There's a camp right here, and then here's where I see them pop out. And I think there's a vertical mine shaft somewhere over here because there's this big rock that I can't move out there. And I think there's a mine shaft under it because the tunnel goes right under it. I need to get inside these mines. A mile down the road is this. That's the main entrance for the mine. But this mine, this part is active right here because they're drilling for natural gas. But the tunnels have been abandoned since the 1700s, 1800s. They ran out of anthracite. And I have a theory. This is where I do my stuff. Here's site 1. Here's site 2. I have a theory, guys. Inner Earth and all that crap. Look at Pennsylvania. These ain't roads. These are tunnels. This is underground. Best video is FaceTime conversation with you and Biggie when you're playing music and they come in. Oh, when that one jumped up in the air and got all excited when Herman the Worm came on. But yeah, this is what Pennsylvania looks like underground. That's an underground map. My thoughts is in the summertime, they stay in the canopies of the trees above the leaf lines where you can't see them. See, this is underneath where my camp is. This is underground where my camp is right there. Boom. See, like I said, that's where I see them always pop out at. And there's my camp right there. These are coal shelf rooms underground. And these are the tunnel schematics, and it goes down in a different layer. Well, if you know how to, I don't Oh, there's Weasel picking his nose. If you know how to read maps and stuff, and mining maps, you know what I'm talking about. And I even got the schematics. Whoop. Oh, I hit the button. I'm sorry, you saw my ugly face. I even got the mining schematics of that mine. There's mines that I have the maps of. I have all the schematics, when it was abandoned, everything. Now we talk about Dogman. Boom. Dogman, white Sasquatch. Another view. Same picture. Dogman, white Sasquatch. Dogman, white Sasquatch. I call these cynocephali. That's the real name of them. They're not called dogmen, they're called cynocephali. Depending where you're at, some people call them adlets. That's the bag I use. Now, this picture is really weird. I'll get back to that picture in a second. I can't show you that yet. I don't even like that picture. It's weird. All right, you take this picture here, okay? You obviously, you see that there. That's a cynocephali right there. Now, here it is blowing up. Let me move my phone. But here's the thing. Here's the baby. There's mama. Look at that. See that? This is about 23 feet away from the hammock. And when they came in, when y'all hear knocking in the woods, that 3 knocks, and you think it's Bigfoot, you're funny. These are the ones that do 3 knocks. Your dogmen, cynocephali. When you hear 3 knocks, that's them. Now, what I don't understand with this picture now, you've seen the circle version of it, you've seen that version of it, and there's the close-up of the one that was up by the tree. Here's what I don't understand is this picture. Can somebody please tell me what the hell is this tying up into this branch right here and up in here? I do not know what it is. I seen this faint shadow, pinkish shadow in the picture. I adjusted the lighting and the contrast. I tore up the contrast and it still remains shape. I don't know what that thing is. It's weird. But cameras don't lie. Here's a print. It's a 6-toe print. That would be Chaka's. She's got 13 and 6/8 of an inch print. Well, that was last summer. Here's camp. Summertime. Oh, I got 15% battery on my phone, guys. Well, there's a 3D definition. I have a friend I talked to is an officer, and he took this photo and he put it in a 3D dimensional to make sure it was legit. And he's like, oh, wow, it is real. But look at this weird thing. I don't know what it is. This here is when a baby Bigfoot grabbed me out of my hammock and snatched me over to my speaker because my Bluetooth died in the middle of the kids' songs. It literally grabbed me by my arm. Those are fingerprints. There's 6 of them. It grabbed me by my arm and pulled me out of my hammock. And this little Sasquatch was as small as my daughter. And she's 7. And it dragged me like a rag doll over the speaker. It started tapping its finger on the speaker, trying to get me to fix it. And that's how hard that thing gripped me up, and it yanked me out like a sack of potatoes. And that thing was as small as my kid. There I am chilling in my hammock, me sporting my jacket. Here's the weird things that I see in the woods with the lights. You get weird lights in the woods. There's that doing that portal thing. It was black, fluttering, and it turned into this yellow light, and then you have this going in and out of it. There's alien-looking faces, you see? You can say pareidolia all you want. I don't give a damn. You can say that's pareidolia to me. I see a face right there. It could be pareidolia. It could be. I'm not saying for certain that, just because I believe that is something cloaked that was going into that portal. Because I have other pictures, like right here. There's a face right there coming out of the portal. And this is all on film. This is all on film. There it is when it was open. Change up the lighting, lighten it up. You see the faces coming out. So we got some crazy stuff going on here. Send me a copy of that photo, Josh. I'll have a look-see. Hey, Tarla, go on my videos. It's on my channel. Here, as a matter of fact, look right here. Let me see. Watch. See how it moves? Oh, that's crappy one. Here, this one's 7 seconds. This thing did this for 1 hour and 5 minutes. That's the X. I released a video. It's under my videos. It says or X structures portal markers. And while this was happening, when you slow it down to 2-point mode or whatever it is, that's when you see these faces like that and like that are coming in and out of this. So check that video out. It's an older one. It was from last year. But there's one of my rigs when I lay down on the ground and record around me. Those are motion activated. But I'll send you these pictures, Tarla. I definitely will. After this live stream's done, dress up of what you're scared of. I'm scared of when they go. Squatch knocker. Miss Leanne sent me that. Squatch B. Dead tree, more prints. My phone's gonna die, and that's what I'm live from. Look at the structure. But you really gotta look at it. Because if you don't really look at it, you miss the bigger picture. Let me see if I could get this angled right. Look right here. Right above my finger. Oh, don't blur. You focus. Phone focus. Right there. If you could pause this later and look right above my finger and blow that up. That's a face. That is a straight up face cloaked right there. I know it sounds crazy. I have the picture circled somewhere, but I can't get it to focus on it. That's weird. That's a gift they leave me. That's what they leave me. Oh, that stupid pop-up thing. There you go. They always leave me bundles of sticks. I don't get it. But here, this might make it easier. Look where the head goes. Almost looks like a white swamp thing in there. Right there. See the 2 eyes. Up, it just blurred up. And we got my logos, plaster, the cloaker, 6 toes. Sasquatch have 6 toes, guys, around here at least. They have a meat pad right here for gripping trees. They have a mid-tarsal break from gripping trees. And here's where Bigfoot researchers screw up when they cast. They put a box around their cast for the pour. This last toe always gets cut off. Nobody looks for a 6th toe. That's where they screw up. And they always box off. I was watching a Meldrum video earlier with my wife. And I looked at that cast he held up, and that toe was rounded right off. It would have been there, but it was rounded right off on Meldrum's video. They're either doing a cover-up on the 6 toes, or they're just completely omitting it and just not putting it on their casts. Just boxing it out. I think it's a cover-up because of the Bible theorists. They don't want people thinking that the Nephilim are coming back or something like that and having people wig out. I don't know. But they have 6 toes here, 6 fingers, and 2 rows of teeth. I have 2 mouth casts. As a matter of fact, I have a super evidence box I'm going to be sending out to someone who's been helping the channel a whole lot. She's going to be getting the gas. She's getting some hair samples. There's a squatch turd. She's going to have all kinds of stuff. Like, that's the size box she's getting back there. All kinds of evidence. She's going to have like 2 hair samples. She's going to have some cast in there, a mouth cast from an apple, foot cast, a couple patches, a shirt. I'm getting all kinds of stuff for CP in that box because she does a lot of this channel. Hey, will you quit? She watches my stuff in the slowest speed, and she picks out every detail and helps me get shorts. So she's gonna get a nice package. This is when I clean the woods up. DM, you saw him whenever Weasel came in. We was finding his. We did the cleanup at camp. Those are all beer cans, man. I do not drink alcohol. I will not ingest something that impairs the way I think and feel. Those are all beer cans. He was hiding them underneath down trees and burying them in the leaves. That made me mad. That made me real mad. Here's some other casts. That's a Dogman cast. We have a Sasquatch juvenile. That's a juvenile Sasquatch. I actually gave that one away for a cast giveaway. Look at the toes on this one here. This one was messed up because there was a stick right there that it ended up messing up the 6th toe. Well, you can see the toes missing there. You see the other toes are right there. These guys have 6 toes. There's Dogman. These claws are as long as your fingers. Literally. His claws are as long as your fingers. This is the cast CP's getting. She's getting this one. She's getting a mouth cast. And because she does so much for my channel, and I think she's getting this cast too, the juvenile one. Because I'm going to be sending her a mouth, an adult cast, a juvenile cast, 2 hair samples. CP's getting hooked up. These are other casts I've done. Here's the footprint on my kid's broken toy. Jagoff. Here's my first cast I ever did. It sucked. This is 2 tracks together, but I broke it while I was on the phone with Jack Riggs. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I gave this cast to Biggie. I donated it to him for his birthday. Brotherly love. But as you guys see, I'm out here doing my thing. Look at that Dogman right there. Dogman have 4 toes and a dew claw, just like a dog. This is CP's cast. He stepped on that walnut. I was there because this is the one that was eating the apples. He stepped on that walnut and he wigged out and tore her ass down the hill. He slid. When he stepped on it, he slid and he rolled on it. That's why the foot shaped the way it is. You see? You can, matter of fact, let me scroll before my phone died. Look at that impression. CP's getting this cast. And right here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 toes pressed up against because the way he slid down on the sideways down that hill. 6 toes. Here's the one this is the one that they got the cast from. As a matter of fact, this is the one that stepped on the walnut right here. He was sitting there with me eating apples. I don't even know his name. Jess Turtle Bear said hi. Here you are coming to visit me. I was playing music for him. Those are mostly eye shines. The one ain't an eye shine. One of these are light. I know that for a fact, but most of those are eye shines. This is me picking up Weasel's garbage in the woods. See, I was digging. I told you he was burying his beer and stuff under beer cans and all that underneath of the trees that were falling. Here's my wife. Oh, Jess is in the chat. There's the apple I casted. It was bitten into. Sure enough, 2 rows of teeth. You have your outer row and then you had an inner row. Same thing I got on that, a pineapple. There's Chaka. There's that white cynocephaly. cryptid encounters. I wanted to start cryptid encounters, but nobody sends me any encounters to read off. There's a sign of cephalite at Trip Track Rigs when he came in. This thing grabbed his leg and made him fall as soon as he came in. Like, this is how. All right, here's the picture without the markings. Here it is with circles. Cynocephaly, Sasquatch. Cynocephaly got up. Sasquatch coming up the ravine. Sasquatch turning his head. Sasquatch said, "Peekaboo." We have thermal imaging. They show up cold, and then they come out of the trees. They always show up the same temperatures the trees do. Best caster in the house is Jess. She's the one that taught me how to cast. Here's the one that's chilling up in the tree by camp. Literally. Here's the original. These are at camp. But yeah, my phone's getting ready to die. Oh, my hat came up missing for a while, and then I got this on trail camera. It's using a dead animal as a hat. That's weird. This is the one that I shine. There's that one that threw that big rock. It was like a big rock, and it broke my IR illuminators off my rig, off of this. It was a Squatch Master J. He threw that big rock at it, knocked all my IR illuminator. The whole top section up there got ripped off of it. Snapped the bolt and everything from that rock. I almost cussed. I was so mad. There's the footprint of the one that carried me up the hill when I slipped the disc. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 toes. Here it is again. See, these are my drag marks from my feet. You guys probably, this is Happy Father's Day Bigfoot. I fell out of a tree and slipped a disc. I couldn't get up this hill. You see how vertical it is? Picked me up by the back of my belt, and that's his footprint. He carried me up the hill and dropped me like a sack of potatoes, and this is his print that was left on the back of my shirt. Biggie had the great idea of transfer it, and my wife knew what he was talking about. Thank God, because I didn't. There's the cast Biggie took home with him from my spot. This is me trying to communicate with them. That's my feet after squatching. This is whenever I had the trail camera underneath of the pile of apples. When it realized the camera was there, it covered it back up and continued eating. My kids at camp. That's one bite, guys. That's that pineapple I casted. That is one bite. And like I was saying earlier about, before I close on here, I'm going to show you. That's a row of teeth. And that's a second row of teeth. Let me see. There's a row of teeth. There's a row of teeth. They have 2 rows of teeth, guys. I have 2 bite impression casts, and both of these casts tell me they have 2 rows of teeth, and I took these casts and had them looked at. Seriously. 6 fingers, 6 toes, 2 rows of teeth. Let's just tell you. And they're giants. Wow. I got like 5% battery on my phone. And if my phone dies, this live stream is going to stay on. And it's just going to be a sweaty roll. We don't need that. So here's what's up, guys. I will be in the field on Wednesday. I will be recording some shorts while I'm out there. I don't like going live in the woods. Too pixelated. You guys don't see nothing unless my camera's sitting still. So I'm leaving it up to you. You, the viewers, drop it in the comments. Yes or no? Do you want me to go live while I'm out there? Because I can run my full spectrum cameras on my body, because I have one on the back of my head, one on my chest. And I'm going to have Tim with me. So I can have him do one thing while I do another thing. So it's up to you guys. Whether or not I do live stream. I personally do not like lives because it's pixelated. That's why I don't like it. Because if you're going to see, if I'm going to present evidence to you, I want you to look at that and be like, wow, yeah, that is a Sasquatch. Or yeah, that is a dog man. You know, not like, well, let me look around this blob here. There's a pixel square. What is that? You know, I don't want that. But if you guys want me to go live, maybe I could set my phone on a stand or something. And now that you remind me, don't go live. Then you remember, huh? My live streams look like crap unless my phone is stationary. Now, I could set my phone up. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to like go live for a little bit. Because I could set my phone up on a stand. And I could still do my thing while I'm recording and I'm on different views, and I could turn the stand every now and then. I don't know. I just, when that thing's moving around, the camera don't like catching up with it. All right. Those folks can see the difference. Okay, Tarla. That's a good idea. That's a good idea, definitely. Well, hey, I got 6. Oh, I do got 5% battery. I gotta close out this live, guys. I'm running out of battery juice. I don't want to leave you guys stuck with a swirly durly. So until I see y'all again. Well, I'll see some of y'all in chats. But I hope you have a squashtastic day. I hope you enjoy the photos and stuff I shared with you today. That's what I do out here. No hoaxing here. Matter of fact, the one guy I had out here, he was wanting to go buy a Jack Link's costume, and I told him straight up, you bring any type of monkey suit out here, you're never coming to this property again. Well, actually, it turned out down the line, he's never coming to the property again. And it wasn't for that, it was for disrespecting the land. But there's no BS here. I'm out there doing my thing. If it's on my card, it's on my channel. If there's a Bigfoot on there, awesome. If there's not, I apologize. I can't force them to be on camera. You know, they'll come up to the fire. You could ask Biggie. He's been out there with me. He came out twice, spent 10 days with me twice. And thanks for joining, and don't forget. Thank you. But when I get out there, once those cameras come on, they avoid you. It's like trying to take a picture of an Amish person. You break out that camera, they want to flip you off. When you break out a camera and try to point at them, they just get off and walk away, and they're gone in like 2 steps, and then they shoot up a tree, and they're gone up above the canopy. You can't see them no more. Then they start throwing crap at you. So, yes, thanks, buddy. I really appreciate that. Honestly, I was not getting monetized. Was not any of my goal setting. My goal is just to share my knowledge. I've learned a lot over the past 16, almost 17 years. And I didn't even know what a Bigfoot was. I didn't start studying Bigfoot until 5 years ago, and here it is. I've been interacting with them pushing 17 years almost. I didn't even know they were Bigfoot. I just thought they were weird people. But they look like monkeys. I don't know. But on that note, guys, I will see you in the field. Some of you I will see in chats. God bless you all. And may you all have a squash-tastic day. And there's a few out there. I'm not going to blow your names up out of respect, but you know who you are. There's a couple of people, I have their families in my prayers deep in my heart. God bless you. Let my prayers be with you, and them unspoken prayers. And may God be with you and your families. You guys take good care of yourselves and have a squash-tastic time. Love, peace, and squash, crease. Bye-bye, guys. God bless.